friends. Welcome to Read This Book. I am your book hostess, LaShonda, and I am continuing my review of my favorite series. And this week, I bring you a brand new author, a brand new series that I am so excited that I got to read. I would like to introduce you to Miss Keta Denise, and her series is called The Heist. There's currently 3 books in this series right now, but she is working on book 4. But trust me, you want to go ahead and read all 3 books so that you are ready when she drops book 4. So what is The Heist about? The Heist is about a jewel thief, ironically named Jules, who is planning his last big jewel heist, and then he's going to retire from the game. Jules is from New Orleans. He is French Creole and Colombian, I do believe. He is very much a pretty boy. When you see him, he's described very handsome, and he has these odd color eyes. But that's just a veneer, because honey, Jules is not to be messed with, okay? Okay. So you are introduced to Jules as they are pulling off this major heist, the biggest thing he's ever done. He has the trickiest safe, just all these things. And it is so intense. Like from the beginning, I am just drawn into him in this heist, and is he gonna pull it off? And so they pull off this heist, and they're getting ready to go back, celebrate, whoop, whoop, making plans, and they get jacked. Yeah. And Jules is just like pissed because he did not see this coming. He did not plan for that contingency. Like, he planned this heist to a T, but never in his wildest dreams did he think that he would get jacked. Okay, one, he's not from Houston, Texas, and they don't know anybody, so who would want to jack them? Like, so he's pissed because he spent all this time planning this heist, and he pulled it off, and now he gonna get jacked. So he is like ready to take chances, but he knew that, hey, it's not a smart thing. And so him and Trail, they get jacked, he's mad, and then he finds out who betrayed him. And so then it opens up into this plot, this revenge, this get back that he's planning out to get everybody that stole for him, that plotted against him. And he man, Jules is not to be messed with, people, okay? He is not. And so you're introduced into this story where it's really all about revenge. Like, he is plotting to get revenge on every single guy that was in the crew that jacked him and Trail. He is getting revenge on everybody who even remotely blinked that had something to do with it. And in the plot and planning of this revenge, he finds out who it is, but comes to find out that that person died. And so he's still like, well, too bad, I don't have my diamonds, so I'm gonna hit his family. So the person that stole his diamonds, Logan, apparently died, and he has a sister named London. London is described as this chocolate Barbadian beauty who is very book smart, but she's also spoiled, and she's been a pampered princess her whole life. So her and common sense don't necessarily go together sometimes. So you're introduced to London as she is rolling around Houston looking for her man, and she sees him coming out of a club, and she hops out the car and about to lay hands. I'm like, girl, London, we don't do that. We don't be fighting chicks in the street over no dude. We don't do that. Come on. And it's just so ironic because she is so smart. She has all these degrees. She's educated, but her brother has kept her sheltered to a certain degree. Yeah. So Jules is like, whatever. I'm gonna get the sister. She gonna tell me what I need to know, and then I'm gonna wipe out the whole bloodline. I'm like, dang, Jules. So this book unfolds where Jules meets London and ingratiates himself in her life with the sole purpose of trying to find out what she knows about his missing jewels, his diamonds, and basically take her out. So this story is really, really fast paced. It is really gripping. It has so many things happening with characters, because not only is London, she's dealing with the loss of her brother, but she's also dealing with her no good boyfriend who was her brother's right hand man, and there's all the drama that comes with that. And then you have Jules roll up, and he's like, you know, listen, Jules is a master manipulator. He is playing the game. He is playing the game with her, and she is trying not to fall for him. She's trying to stay loyal, you know, to her man. And then, you know, just all these things keep happening, and basically her and Jules hook up, and then everything just blows up, y'all. When I tell you it is drama, it is drama. When I tell you there is sexy times in this book. When I tell you there is treachery, there is treachery. When I tell you there is stupidity and you just want to punch London in her throat, you want to punch London in her throat. Okay? So the book continues on with that, and at the end of the first book, you know, Jules has fallen for London, and London has fallen for him, and they are trying to, you know, navigate this relationship. Book 2 picks up where there's some other people that come into play who do not want to see London and Jules together. There's a whole bunch of just things that she should have picked up on that she didn't. Like, she should have trusted her gut, and she didn't. Do you see their relationship become more complex? And then you also see the treachery gets bigger and bigger, cause ooh wee, child. Then you got ghosts from the past that resurrect and blow everything out of proportion. You just like, wait a minute, what's gonna happen next? And so book 2 is all of these revelations that's coming about, and you know, they're still trying to navigate their relationship, and there's trust issues, and this just, all these things are happening, and I'm just like, girl, London, come on, mom, you don't see this foolishness? And then Jules is like, it's the first time he's ever been in love, and he's just like trying to reconcile, you know, who he is, the hardness of him, to this guy that is admitting for the first time that he's in love essentially with his enemy. But London don't know that. Woo! So just when you think book 2 had all the fuckery and that nothing else could happen, nope. She rolls you right on into book 3, where London and Jules have gotten married, and you would think that all would be well. Nope. No. People will not let them live. Like, London is just this beacon for bullshit. She is just this beacon for not just... The whole time through this series, I just wanted London to boss up. Like, I wanted her to boss up and realize that, wait a minute, I'm the shit, and you should be lucky that I even let you breathe in my space. And book 3 picks up where she's having nightmares, and she's uncomfortable, and she's trying to tell, you know, Jules and her best friend that, hey, something ain't right, that, you know, the ghosts from the past they're not ghosts, they are very much alive, and I don't feel right, something is happening. And she would get like all these little weird phone calls and things and stuff, and she's trying to tell them, but no one would believe her. And then everything blows up again, and Jules goes off his rockers. Now listen, I'm all for, you know, hey, you ain't been in love before and you didn't get your heart and whatever and you feel some type of way. But Jules goes off his rockers in this book, and I wanted to just jump through the pages and beat the holy crap out of him, because for everything that he spoke to her, the vows that he made to her, and how he promised to protect her, like as soon as the first, you know, little thing don't go right, and then all these things start adding up to make it look like, you know, all these things was happening, that London was behind everything and like she played him, the things he said to her, how he treated her, I was like, hell to the no. We about to fight. Listen, it's going down. And I was like, London, girl. London finally is like, you know what? To hell with all y'all. To hell with all y'all. And so she takes matters into her own hands so she could really get peace of mind and figure out who's behind all these things that keep happening to her, and why, you know, are people really trying to break up her and Jules. And so book 3 is really, really intense. It's heartbreaking. But it's also empowering because London finally bosses up. But it's also, it's just treacherous. There's a word that she used through the book. She uses the word larceny and larcenous a lot through all 3 books. And if you look it up, larceny means theft. And it was fitting because Jules was a jewel thief. He stole. He swears that London stole his heart, you know, that London stole his property, that all this thievery and treachery is going on. And I just, oh, man, listen, y'all have to read this series. It is one of the best series that I have read in the last 2020, 2021. It is that gripping. It's fast paced, it's sexy, it's dangerous, it's ghetto at times, which I'm here for the ghetto. Is it romance? Sure it is. But it's more romantic suspense to me because of everything that is happening, and the push and the pull, and just, oh, and it's grimy, y'all. I mean, it's grimy, but I am here for it, and I absolutely love this series. So if you are looking for a good series about a jewel thief who falls in love for the first time but don't trust his heart and acts a complete and total fool, and who marries this girl who really needs to get her whole life and boss up, and then all this stuff happens and you see how love and life goes. If you want to find out if he gets his jewels back, if you want to find out if they make it, you need to read The Heist by Keta Denise. It is excellent. It is excellent. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you leave a comment. I love reading comments. Make sure that you subscribe so that you know when the next videos drop for the reviews. And thank you for allowing me to be here and share my favorite series with you. So until next time, read a good book.